So I'm going to get right into this look. I'm applying a primer, the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the color Caramel. I'm using one of my favorite brushes, the new 196 MAC brush, and I'm just buffing it into the skin and applying it all over. Next, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD foundation. Again, with the same brush. I like to use brushes for multiple purposes, so I'm just buffing it into the skin, making sure to smooth it out, give it a really nice airbrush look. Now that I have a really nice base with her foundation, I'm going to go in with a contour. I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is in shade NW55 with one of my favorite brushes to apply it, the 132 Duo Fiber brush. This is a flat brush, but it has those fibers that are really great for blending out creams. I'm also applying a little bit on her jawline, little definition, just working that cheekbone upward. Now using my MAC 286 brush, I love duo fiber guys, so I'm using this brush just to kind of spot conceal using shade NC50 Studio Finish Concealer. Now one of my favorite parts, I'm going to be snatching this nose and I'm using the same color NW55 with my 247 brush, another amazing brush. It has a flat synthetic bristles so you can really kind of carve out that nose, and then blending, of course, blending is the most important thing, so I'm blending that outward and also then hitting it with that NC50, the same color as her foundation, and just kind of highlighting the center of her nose so it doesn't get lost in the contour as well, and just blending, blending, blending. To set the foundation, I'm using MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in shade Dark with a 187 brush and just lightly dusting over the foundation, especially in that inner T-zone where you tend to get more oily. Here I'm using one of my favorite brushes that everyone needs. It's the 137 brush, and I am actually setting this with eyeshadows. Sometimes as an artist, you do not have what you need in your kit and have to improvise. This was one of those moments, and I'm using eyeshadow Mystery and Brown Down, creating my own contour color. Now using my mud blush, I'm kind of blending Berry and Garnet and using it with my 139 brush and applying it to the apples of her cheeks, giving her a nice flushed glow. With my 221 brush, I'm setting that contour on the nose using those same eyeshadows, the Mystery and Brown Down. Using an angled brush, this is the MAC 266, I am applying Anastasia Brow Pomade in medium brown and applying upward strokes towards the center of the brow and then kind of defining that tail and just dragging that color downward. With a smudging brush and a little bit of that NC50 concealer, I'm highlighting her brow bone and just kind of cleaning up the brows, make them nice and sharp and clean. I always like to set the brows with a nice clear brow gel. This is going to keep the hairs laying flat and just give a really nice clean appearance. Now this palette is everything. I bought this and I was so blown away by it. It's the Stila Eyes Are the Window shadow palette. I think they have 4 different colors. This is specifically the Mine palette, and these are matte colors, but they are just the most luxuriously creamy pigmented matte shadows that are just incredible, buffing it into the crease with a 221 brush. And now I am applying Urban Decay Diamond Dog with a 239 brush, just kind of pressing it all over the lid. I also sprayed it with a little Fix Plus, just to kind of give it a little sheen, make it a little shine a little bit more. We're going for a very glamorous classic look, so you can't forget that wing liner. And this is a Tarteist clay liner, one of my favorites, very creamy, very black, very easy to use, and I'm applying it with a 210 brush and just giving a very thin wing liner, not too thick, very classy and glamorous. With my MAC 219 pencil brush, I'm picking up those two colors, which were Thinker and Creativity, and I'm just kind of putting it into that crease, that outer corner, just defining it a bit more. Very smoked out. And now I am applying the NC50 Studio Finish Concealer. And we're not going to go for a very dramatic highlight. We're going to keep it a little bit more natural. So we're going to keep it in her skin tone color. And we're using NC50 just kind of underneath the eyes. Now I'm buffing it in, buffing kind of everything in with a beauty blender, just making sure everything is nice and smooth and airbrushed, and then setting it with a powder. This is the same Mineralize skin finish, and just lightly dusting over it just to kind of set that in place. Faye already has some eyelash extensions, so we're not going to put any mascara on her top lashes, but we still want to define those lower lashes. So I'm just using a little bit of mascara and defining those lower lashes. To finish this look, I'm going to highlight using Becca Cosmetics in color Topaz, the highlighter, and I'm just kind of putting this over her cheekbone, on the center of her nose, kind of going between my 109 brush and my fan brush, just buffing it into the skin, giving her a beautiful glamorous glow and highlight for the gods. Unfortunately, I thought I had enough battery and my camcorder died right before we were going to film the lip. But I used MAC Nightmoth Lipliner and Nars lipstick and fire down below. In just a second, you'll see the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. With this channel, I really want to show more than one skin tone, all races, all skin types, and I hope you guys want to see that too. So if you do, please comment down below and subscribe for more. And thank you for watching.